Do 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 do. Mm 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 mm. Ba do 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 do. Guten Tag and guten Morgen. Shalom and praise. Look at all this. Look at all of you. You're all here. Just call me angel of a morning, angel. Just touch my face before you leave me, baby. Looking like Michael Moore. Dude, Michael Moore has never looked this good one day of his life. Can we get real for 1 second? Michael Moore has never even come close. Okay? Let's just be real. Oh, yeah, a little vape break. You putting away the delivery truck. Dude, I used to enjoy delivery day, honestly, because nobody ever wanted to put it away, and I was looking for something different to do. I was like, what, fucking excuse not to pay attention to customers for an hour? Fuck yeah, I'll unload the truck. Fuck yeah, I'll put away the fucking order. It gives me an excuse to ignore all the customers. Where do I sign up? Yeah, the order. Yeah, you got to do the order count. You got to do the well, we used to call it inventory, and then put away the order. You know. Just call me angel of the morning, angel. Just touch my face before you leave me, darling. I snitched so I didn't have to go to prison. Yay, you better hope you don't end up in prison already, though, dude. You done fucked up now. Because now, if you do go to prison, they're going to know you're snitching. So, just so you know. Yeah, that's a dumb thing to put out on Front Street, too, Phoebes. You don't put your shit on Front Street like that. You don't tell everybody, I snitched. That's dumb, man. People out there think people don't know who they are. It's a scary world, bro. Does John X have prison connects? John X has never seen the inside of a prison. They can't even get close to him. They can't touch him. Yeah. He'll never see a prison. He taunts the police with his crimes. I think I'd enjoy prison. Prison dudes are hot. Oh, God. Let's not, dude. I don't think you would. I don't think you would enjoy it. Yeah, Dinor knows prison. Isn't that right, D? Come here. Come here. Let me do you. Tell these people what you did. Hold on. You stay. No. You gotta stay there. Come on. Come see me. You gotta tell these people what you did. Tell them what you did. Tell them what you're up to. The bestest dog. The dirtiest dino. He'd be bashful. He don't want to be seen today. He's still got bedhead. You don't want people looking. People don't need to look at every little thing, do they? They don't need to look at every little thing, no. They don't need to see every little thing. Some booty scritches. Get their booty. Get their back rubs. That feels good. Get some scritches on the back. Get some chest rubs. Get some head pats. There you go. There you go. See? We got over the bashful. Did he get a trim? He got his haircut a while ago, a couple months ago. So he's growing out. He's starting to get shaggy again. How old is Dinor? He's 8. Dinor is 8 now. Isn't that crazy? 8 fucking years, bro. It's nuts. Oh, he's getting old. He's not old. No, sir. No. I'm enjoying this time with Dinor because he and I are the same age right now. We're both like middle-aged. We're both middle-aged old men. We're both crotchety in the same way. We both got the same aches and pains. Going to get another after him? I don't like thinking about after him, but yeah, probably. I've always had dogs, so. It's just the way it goes, right? $56. Pass the joint to the dog? No. Don't get your animals high. Is that fly bugging you? Snip it. Snip that fly. Yeah, snip it. Good boy. Snip that fly. Just like that. People are real dumb. You ain't kidding. Cool Ghostbusters shirt. Yeah. This is another shirt that I couldn't wear 6 months ago because it was too small on me, and now it's big on me. Feels good. Show the watch. You got it. I'll show you the watch. Everybody loves the watch. This is my first watch. Sternglass Hamburg Argo. This is a limited edition. Love the colorway on it. It's beautiful. It's Greek regatta colors. On the back, Jason's ship, the Argo, from Jason and the Argonauts. Pretty awesome, right? It's a beautiful watch. Just call me angel of morning, angel. Reminds me of a casino a bit. Yeah, kind of like a roulette wheel-ish in the colorway. Are there any British rappers you enjoy? How can I be homophobic? My bitch is gay. No. The answer is no. Were your teeth crooked and yellow? Because I've used them in my life. I drink coffee. I smoke cigarettes. I don't know what to tell you, bro. Are you used to people having a mouthful of like high polished chiclets? Because that shit looks fucking weird, bro. When you grin, I want to see that you're a human being that uses their teeth. Like when you open up your mouth, I don't want to be blinded by the light, bro. Super white ass chiclet shit that people be doing. Yeah, boogie choppers. And then people that got normal ass teeth are now getting fucked on because they ain't got boogie 2988 fucking painfully white square fucking teeth. I don't give a shit. Here I fucked up teeth. I don't give a shit. I like, here, you want to know the truth about me? I'm fucking 44 years old and I have all 32 teeth. All of them. Even my wisdoms. Never had a tooth extracted. I got all my fucking teeth. You ain't gotta worry about me. You worry about you. You worry about your fucking head. My teeth are all fucked up. Revved up like a deuce, another roller in the night. Yeah, I love it when people got a little something funky with their teeth. One like rogue tooth that kind of pokes out a little bit. One little snaggle tooth. A gap. I like gaps. It adds a little bit of flavor to a human being if their teeth aren't exactly right. You know, a little bit yellow, a little bit crookedy, you know. It sucks if you're one of those people that just got teeth on teeth popping out all fucking snaggly. That's no good. But I'm just talking like a normal ass kind of human mouth. That's good. That's good shit. You shouldn't look like you've got a mouthful of fucking chiclets when you open up your mouth, dude. Your mouth should not look like chicle. I kind of got buck teeth like a cartoon rabbit. Femboy Stormtrooper. That's too cute. That's too cute. A femboy with little buck rabbit teeth. It's over. It's game over for you. Okay? I have a middle gap. Yeah. I got crazy buck teeth. And someone commented on my fucked up teeth the other day, and I was like, yeah, so? Yeah, dude. You're a human being and you got teeth. Crazy, bro. Enjoying your week off? I'm trying to, man. I'm trying to. I've been so depressed this week. Just weather, like the weather has gone back full summer again, which typically happens anyway. My ass has been pretty fucking depressed this week, but I've been okay. I've been surviving. If you could only listen to one genre for eternity, what would it be? One genre of music, hip-hop. Hip-hop is the most exciting type of music to me. It's a type of music that is imposing a vibe on you every time you crank it on. I just love that. I love it when a song fucking imposes a vibe and won't let you escape it. I watched the Tate Gauntlet recently, and I finally get it. Truly a gauntlet. Oh my god, bro. That was the worst fucking thing I ever did in my life. Andrew Tate is unbelievable, bro. He's so fucking boring. It's not even fucking funny, bro. How did ancient humans know what plants and mushrooms were edible? And did some bros have to find out the hard way? Yeah. That's the thing. It's like it's a process of elimination, right? Hunger drives desperation. Desperation drives, what do we call that? Experimentation. Experimentation gives results, and those results are passed down via word of mouth. Don't eat the red mushrooms. Those get a person really sick. This over here has an analgesic effect. This over here can settle your stomach. Those types of things all started with somebody trying to eat this shit and just seeing what happened. Yeah, risk it for the biscuit, exactly. I don't understand why so many people find Tate charismatic. I don't either, to be honest with you. Andrew Tate is, he's a weirdo. I think that's probably why. I think there's a lot of weirdos out there, and they see Tate, and they're like, oh shit, there's a weirdo, but he's a rich weirdo. So I'm pretty sure that's what it is. His own arse. I heard a story about a medieval family that went looking for mushrooms for dinner and accidentally got some magic ones and thought God was talking to them and went to church. Yeah. Well, there's a bunch of there's this dancing disease that you can read about historically in medieval Europe. And people think that was due to, what was that fucking called? Ergot poisoning. So ergot poisoning will grow on bread and grain. And if you eat it, it has a psychedelic effect. And so people were eating all of these grains and stuff that had been infected with ergot, and they tripped balls. Like, the entire continent of Europe was tripping balls for a while. Think about that shit. What character would you be if you went to like a medieval Renaissance fair? Ooh. You know what character I like? The hangman. The executioner. You know what I mean? That would be a fun one to go as. Like just a grimy, dirty little toady with a leather hood. I like that shit. Or like a baron, That'd be cool too. I read a story about how these Catholic monks met and debated Japanese traditionalists. The Japanese man said, perhaps they hanged your God because of what a tyrant his father is. That sounds very Eastern religion. Shirtless with a hood and an axe. Yeah, shirtless, rub like dirt all over my body so I look big and stinky. You know what I mean? And then like a leather apron, all stained in blood. And like a leather hood on. A cardinal, Cardinal Richelieu. Yeah, I don't think I would be a cardinal. I'm creeped out by religion. Especially like Catholic religion is very creepy to me. So I don't think I could do the cardinal game. Thanks for putting the Franklin expedition on my radar, bro. Pretty nuts, right? Pretty nuts to even think about putting yourself in that kind of a position, you know? Like, that's the thing, that these guys just like willingly go to a place that's just made to kill you. Yeah, everybody wants to be a plague doctor. I'm not going to do a plague doctor. I got to do something cool. Big battle axe. You know, something fucking cool. You got to be cool. Headsman's axe with fucking a big leather hood. Greasy body paint. Innkeeper. Yes, me lord. All right then. More work. Off I go then. That's why sailing ships have to be so huge. You have to have extra buoyancy to support giant steel balls of the sailors. Yeah. Well, not only that, but you know, you've got to fucking haul a year's worth of food for hundreds of men. Years worth of supplies. But we are inherently adventurous, Paul. Why did they climb Mount Everest? I think one answered, because it's there. Right, yeah. No, I know. Humans have always been like that. I just find it interesting. I find the psychological implication of going somewhere that you know you're probably not going to come back from, or you know there's a good chance you don't come back from. And then knowing that your death in that place is not like quick. It's horrible, year-long starvation. And you still sign up and you still go. You know, that's fucking crazy to me. It's funny, like Nunavut, these waters that the Franklin expedition got trapped in the ice in were being plied by men in longboats hundreds and hundreds of years prior to the Franklin expedition. Those waters were first explored by Vikings. The engine they used was an outdated paperweight, yeah. Yeah, they just happened to go up into the northern fucking reaches on the coldest winter in 100 years. It's like 3 or 4 or 5 years of super cold winters. So the ice locked them up and just never released. It just got thicker and thicker. Paul, if an asteroid the size of Texas were going to hit us soon, would the government tell us? Probably not. I would imagine they probably wouldn't, because the government would want to quietly evacuate people to shelters and stuff. Like, for example, NORAD, right, is built, it's just basically a giant steel concrete tomb built into the face of a mountain. And, you know, as long as the Texas-sized asteroid is not impacting within, you know, 5,000 or 6,000 miles of that, anybody that's in it could theoretically survive the impact, right? So the government would be getting in contact with billionaires and dignitaries, and they would be quietly moving these people to shelters. But an asteroid the size of Texas, I think, would destroy the entire Earth. Like, Chicxulub was the size of New York, and it absolutely pummeled the Earth to dust, killed 90% of the animals on Earth. So something the size of Texas hit us, I'm pretty sure we're dead. I'm pretty sure the planet just turns into lava at that point. the heat from it, the amount of penetration into the Earth's crust, nobody would survive it. Even if they did survive, they'd eat each other eventually. Well, maybe. I mean, you gotta understand, like, with modern technology and shit, it's possible to create a bunker that you can live in, and maybe an entire generation of people can live in without having to worry. But you're right, a long enough time scale. Yep. Chicxulub, the asteroid about the size of New York City that impacted the area we know as the Gulf of Mexico, created the Gulf of Mexico, basically. Functionally extinguished every dinosaur life on the planet, save a few small scavenging dinosaurs and some feathered dinosaurs, the small ones. Everything else left on the planet was insect or mammal, and the mammals that survived were tiny little rodent type animals that could eat all of the decaying matter that was left behind in the wake of Chicxulub. So we're talking about, you know, trees that had died, and they're filled with grubs, you know, decaying, you know, like mushrooms are popping up because leaves are dying, right? Paul, was our destiny as the dominant mammal on Earth not written in the stars, quite literally? Written in the stars is like, it's easy to say that with hindsight. A lung cancer speed run. Somebody needs to fucking get him out of here, bro. Mr. Alt is back. Mr. I spent all night last night creating 10 alts. Here's the first one I'm burning is back. Go ahead and burn the rest. We know you can't help it. How many did you make last night? 15? 20? Burn them. Come on. Burn them alts all the way to the ground while I'm sitting out here listening to the fart of humanity at fucking 8 a.m. Whatever's going on over there definitely requires a giant, obnoxious leaf blower. Giant, absurd, obnoxious leaf blower is definitely necessary for whatever's going on over there. There's no other tool that could handle that other than a giant, obnoxious leaf blower that sounds like a fucking jet engine. Yeah, leaf blowing at 8 a.m. Yeah, just open it up, bro. Yeah. Yeah. Rake? Nah, dude. We can't rake things. We need a giant, obnoxious, absurd leaf blower at 8 a.m. Opened wide up. Revved all the way to max RPMs and just opened up wide. Yeah, just keep it going. Keep it going. We need 3 or 4 small gas engines to rake up a pile of leaves. A steel tube connected at one end to a steel framework with multiple tines. One could use a theoretical invention like that to drag along the ground and thus gather up leaves with very little effort. A theoretical tool like that could work very easily, especially on small yards like exist here. so that one didn't need a giant, screaming, small gas engine at 8 in the morning to blow a leaf around. I've got this. Your invention would be useless if, let's say, let's say I'm using an implement to clean up the edges of my lawn, and dirt has now gotten upon the escalier. What do? The walkway is now covered in dirt, and your invention does nothing. Nothing. Ergo, we need multiple tiny gas engines screaming at max RPM for hours to do lawn work. Sweep it? What's sweep? The same tube, but this time with a bunch of very small plastic fibers at the end. Close enough together so that they can catch the dust and push it along into a pile. And then one would just simply need to scoop the dirt up and move it to an appropriate place. Oh my God. Oh my God. You're brilliant. Invent these things. Unbelievable, dude. Chair Sama. You guys are fucking weirdos, bro. You weeaboos, man. Somebody's got to do something about y'all. Somebody's got to take care of y'all. Chair Sama, bro. Fuck me. Chair Sama, dude. Chair Chan. Get out of here. Hey, don't make me do it, dude. Okay, all right. Well, you guys are fucked. One of you is going down. Oh, shit. There's fucking like 8 of you right here. How did I miss all of those? Fucking flies. Pieces of shit. Flybane. I shall call you Sting. Yeah, I just wasn't in a good headspace for fucking, oh, it'll be hours. Do they have to blow the leaves so early? No. They choose to. Get a fucking rake. Get a broom. Get a garden hoe. Get an edging wheel. Dude, I used to, my parents used to have a stack of different manual implements that I had to use, right? Edger wheel, you just place it on the curb. It's got spiked tines on it. You roll it along the edge of your grass to dig up the, you know, keep the edges of your grass clean. A garden hoe, that's how you get your weeds and churn up your soil. You got a rake to gather up leaves and debris. Got a broom to clean off your fucking stuff, and you're done. That's literally it. The only implement that you need that's gas powered, theoretically, is a lawnmower. And even those, on small lawns like these, you can just get one of those like push mowers that goes one of those mechanical chop mowers. See, it's not even lazy though. It takes longer and it's louder and more annoying to blow shit around with a fucking leaf blower than it does to just get a broom and sweep it up. So it's not even laziness. It's like, I don't know what to call it at this point. Oh, these flies are just thick as thieves over here. Just nasty fucks. Fresh little bastards. Ooh, snap. Crackle pop. That felt good. 1 mig down. 2 migs down. All right, now what? Tango down. That was a fatty. That was a big fly. Now a dead fly. Oh, come on. Oh, yeah, there's 2. I'm hunting now today. Oh, so close. Snap. Really what I need out here is just a pair of chopsticks. And then I could just load them onto this. Zzz. 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 That's all I need is a pair of chopsticks. I could handle that shit. One of those fly zapping lights. Here's why I won't get one of those. Those kill beneficial bugs along with your flies. See, I've waved this thing around. I'm only killing flies with it. Maybe the occasional mosquito. But those will attract moths and all kinds of other flying insects, mayflies and stuff. And those, I want those out there doing their thing. They're little pollinators. I don't want to kill things. I want to kill every living thing. You know. Those are pretty indiscriminate. Moths are great, you know. Round one, fight. Oh, it's a pill bug. You guys like pill bugs? I like these little guys here. Let's see if I can show them to you. This little feller. Yeah. A little pill bug. That's actually not a bug. That is an arthropod, right? An arthropod. A roly-poly. That is like more related to a sea creature than a land creature, right? I like those little guys. Roly-polies are great. Are they crustaceans? They're not arthropods. They're crustaceans. Okay, that's cool. Oh, Mr. Miyagi, dude, yeah. Crustaceans are okay, so I was okay then. Science. They blinded me with science. She blinded him with science. She moved me with technology. Squish it? Fuck you. You don't mess with a roly-poly. What kind of sick fuck are you? Be nice to all insects except flies and mosquitoes. And cockroaches in your house and deadly spiders in your home. You bump into like a bug in the wild, just leave it alone. It's doing its thing. It has a purpose, okay? Unless it's a fly. Kill that fuck if it's a fly. Kill it on sight. They have no purpose. No, just stay away from murder hornets. You're running around out in the wilderness, you come on a murder hornet nest, just leave them to their business. You go on about your business, and you leave them to their business. Same thing if you're out in the fucking wilderness and you see a rattler, you don't kill a rattlesnake. Dude, rattlesnakes are great. They have a warning before they bite you. Just find a way around and leave that snake alone. Hey, asshole, leave that snake alone. Yeah, don't start nothing, won't be nothing. It's like, all right, bud, I hear you, I see you, thanks for the warning. I'm gonna go around. That's how it works. My dog has fucked up a few rattlesnakes. Bro, that's so dangerous. I mean, I know, like, dude, it's just dangerous to let your dog go at a rattlesnake, bro. Rattlesnake could land a fucking hit on your dog, and then you've got to go get anti-venom, and you got a fucking dog that's sick for a few days. It's fucked, bro. You don't want that. And that's the best case scenario. Worst case scenario is you lose a fucking dog to a copperhead bite. You don't want that shit. I've never seen a pygmy rattler, but like California diamondback rattlesnake or the western diamondback, those are what we have here. And they're big motherfuckers, dude. Big. Big, nasty motherfuckers. Southwest scorpions. Yeah, I've never seen a scorpion around here. I don't think that they're indigenous here. Maybe I'm wrong about that. I would imagine that like there are scorpion species that are indigenous not far from here, so it makes sense maybe a scorpion would toddle its way over, get blown on the wind or something. Because I imagine Death Valley and the surrounding areas probably got some scorpion species, but I've never seen one in the valley. I've never run on a scorpion. Yes, mountain lions are a legit threat in Cali, although not, you know, like it's not even. Let me rephrase that. Mountain lions are a threat to tourists and retards. So it is very rare that somebody is going to accidentally trip over a sleeping mountain lion and get killed for it, okay? Mountain lions don't want to be near people, and they will typically let you know that they are nearby by vocalizing or showing themselves. And it is incumbent on you to very calmly give them their space and let them go about their fucking business. Yeah, small dogs will get they'll get you killed. That's like the tourist element of it. I ran across a mountain lion mother with 2 cubs while I was hiking the Bob Jones Trail in San Luis Obispo County. I had my little dog with me. She crossed in front of me. When I say she, I know it was mom because toddling right behind her were 2 kittens. That's the most dangerous thing you can imagine. I yanked my dog by the leash forcibly up into my arms, turned my back so that she couldn't see anything and didn't start barking. I waited for mom and kitties to move off, and then I slowly backed away, turned around, and left. I'd pack heat if I went hiking there. If you shot a California mountain lion while you were walking the Bob Jones Trail, you would go to prison. They're a protected species. You look like a character from Lord of the Rings. Cool. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Even in self-defense, I think, yeah, I mean, if it's a self-defense kill, then maybe. But if you're found to have just shot at it because you got scared or you wanted to clear your way or you didn't want it getting at you, like, you better be sure if you fire at an animal like that here in California. So here's the thing, you have to understand like what an animal like that is looking for. That was a mother mountain lion with 2 cubs. Okay? She is teaching her cubs how to hunt small game or moving her cubs from one nesting spot to another. That's what she's getting done. She is not looking to attack you and your little dog. She doesn't want to risk her cubs at all. But she's a mother. If she feels like you're getting too close or you've got an animal with you that's going to come after her cubs, she's going to murder everybody in the fucking vicinity. And dying by mountain lion is not pleasant. They bite you here. Yeah, you can defend yourself, but you better be ready when you pull the trigger on a mountain lion to explain how it was self-defense, because they are a protected animal. Yeah, they bite you here or here. They're strong, they're fast, their bite force can crush bones. You're fucked. But you keep in mind that that animal is not hunting you. It is as wary and afraid of you, and rightfully so, as you are it. You show you intend it no harm, and it's going to go on its way, and you go on your way. That's how you handle an animal like that, right? Now, a grizzly bear, luckily, your chances of, well, I guess not luckily, depending on how you feel about the biome, but your chances of running into a hungry grizzly bear, very low. But if you do, there's not a whole lot you're going to be able to do, bud. You're getting mauled. You're not going to get away. You can't climb a tree. You can't run faster. Moose are deadly as well, especially like bull moose during mating season and shit when they're all fucking feisty. They'll just crush you to death. Yeah. Wouldn't most people just stay away from them? You would think. But actually, people are stupid. You know how, like, if you, like here, right? You guys are all fucking YouTube dorks. Scrolling around, you'll see people filming nature, right? Oh, look at this beautiful duck. You look at this. People, when they see a big, dangerous animal, oftentimes their impetus is, I gotta get this on fucking Instagram. I gotta follow this animal. You know how many, you know how dangerous it would be for you to whip out your phone and go after a mountain lion with 2 cubs? And I can almost guarantee you that's how, like, at least half of people would react. So when a mountain lion is spotted in a peopled area like that, typically she'll be hunted by game and wildlife, darted along with her cubs, and relocated somewhere deep, deep, deep in the coastal range. Same thing goes for brown bears or grizzlies or black bears. Film from a distance and don't follow. Don't even film from a distance. If you are alone out in the wilderness, you need to back away and get out of the territory of a mountain lion. Don't even film from a fucking distance. You're not a Nat Geo photographer. Do not hang in the area that you see a mountain lion patrolling. You respect their territory. That's how you don't get killed. Don't film from a distance. Don't grab your phone. Back away slowly. And when you feel comfortable, turn around and walk the other fucking direction. That's how you show an animal that you're not encroaching on its territory, that you're not interested in fucking with it or its cubs, etc. Your impetus should never be, let me grab my phone and get a picture of this when you run into a wild animal like that, like a mountain lion or a grizzly or even a black bear. Your impetus should be, let me get away from this animal in a way that doesn't engage its prey drive. So that means no running away, no screaming, no yelling. Absolutely right, Paul. It's so silly that people do not sense the danger from the dangerous. Oh yeah, dude. You see this more now than I can even fathom. People filming shit that they should be getting away from. It's like, yeah, Darwin Awards. I wouldn't see that. Whatever. You do what you want, Phoebes. You do what you want. You see a mountain lion, you snap a picture of it. Every fucking expert will tell you not even to have that impetus, to get your ass out of the territory of the mountain lion, and then if you're in a fucking peopled area, report it. Right? That's what the experts on the animals tell you to do. But you go ahead and whip your phone out. Where's this fucking thing? There's a few more of these motherfuckers need to go down. Fucks. She gets out of a car it dragged off by a tiger. Yeah. You need to be aware of your surroundings if you're going to be traveling through or touring through wild animal sanctuaries and shit, bro. People are fucking stupid. I honestly feel like people have no, like, our easy fucking way of life has dulled our survival instincts to the fucking maximum. Yeah, tigers will hunt a person. Right there. Come on, just land on that. Come on, my hair's right there. Just land on that. Come have a seat right there on that. Look, it's right near things that you like. You're always buzzing around my table. Come on. Land right on that. See what happens. You just hold it still here. There you go. Just land. It's all good. It's a nice little platform for you. Self-domesticated animals, prisoners to civilization. I'm smoking pot weed. Okay, dude. Yeah, you do. I'm sad I read that. Mike Tyson and his tigers used to bite his head and arms a lot while playing. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty fucking lame. I don't think anybody should be allowed to have a big cat as a fucking pet, but, you know. Oh, one of you fucking suck. Come over here, you fucks, man. I'm sick of these flies, bro. Buzzing around. You're gonna get got. One way or the other, you're gonna get got. Oh, yep. Be on my head. Like, why? Why on my head, of all places? There's no dog shit up here. It's just head. Oh, my God. I've got self-preservation instinct. I would be very... Whatever, Phoebes. It's cool. You do what you want. Whip out that phone and get that Instagram reel. See how it works out for you. People are stupid. They got no fucking survival instinct. There should be one thing on your mind if you cross paths with a mountain lion. I need to quickly as possible, quietly, without looking like prey, get the fuck out of here. There shouldn't be a, oh wow, as I back away, let me add another task to my list. Let me get my phone. No. It's stupid. But you do what you want. It's your life. Conduct yourself how you want. Yeah, coolness instinct shouldn't trump survival ever. If you cross paths with a California mountain lion, you're in mortal danger, and everybody with you is in mortal danger, and the gram shouldn't be on your mind. You can talk about how cool it was later. In the immediate moment, you need to get the fuck out of Dodge. That includes not fucking waiting around to see if you can see the animal again to get it on the gram. I don't want to. I don't want to argue no more about it, Phoebes. You're wrong. It's cool. You're allowed to be wrong. You're allowed to be stupid and dangerous. I don't think you've run across many cougars in your life, but maybe you're Miss Cougar. Maybe you've just grown up where there's cougars hanging out of every tree. I doubt it. Severely. I doubt you've got a lot of pictures of wild cougars and shit. But hey, you do you. A pointy stick wouldn't help you. Hey, baby.
Sweetheart.
Can I get you some iced coffee? Or do you want some hot coffee?
I'll get the hot coffee here in a
All
little
right.
bit. You don't have to, baby.
I know I don't have to.
Oh, thank you, honey.
Coffee is brewing. So glad that before I hit brew, I was like, let me check and see if there's anything in the pot.
Oh.
There was like half a pot of cold yesterday coffee still in there.
Sometimes I make myself two and then I forget to have a second one.
No, I mean, that's what we do with coffee. It's there if you need it, and if you don't, you don't. But
it's coffee. We can.
yeah, it's not the most expensive thing.
Yeah. Although my grandpa had a thing where like he insisted on if there was coffee, he was gonna microwave it, even if it was like.
I mean, I'm telling you, that's some Depression era shit. That's some I grew up with real want kind of shit. Because, he's probably right. That shit was brewed yesterday. It's not like it went rotten. Pour it in a cup and microwave it. You got a cup of coffee.
He did that in the hospital. Like, even though like the coffee thing was right there, he's like, he had a coffee and he's like, oh, it got a little cold. Could you just microwave it? And people are like, just get you a new coffee. He's like, just heat it up. It's fine.
It's crazy. Yeah, I mean, I'm one generation from that shit. I mean, we saw want when I was a kid, but never deprivation. So it's like my mom, there were times where like the food budget just wasn't there. And so we would have beans with a ham hock off in it, you know, pinto beans and a ham hock with some rice or something on the side, and that's your dinner for a few days, you know. Or we would have the real cheap shit, the mac and cheese with the hot dog cut up in it. Beanie weenies, she used to call it. Or not beanie weenies, weenie mac.
Yeah.
Or beanie weenies we used to have. That's a can of Boston baked beans with a wiener cut up in it. Beans and rice, man. That's a good, sustaining food. It doesn't have everything you need, but if you're just hungry and you want to get some protein in you want to get some fiber in you want to get some calories in you, some food that's decent, that's gonna do your stomach good and do your body good, beans and rice, you can't beat it, you know. And it's cheaper than shit. It's rice is still like the largest staple food on the planet. And you know,
they started fortifying rice too, so that helps a little bit.
Yeah.
They've bred rice to have better stuff in it.
Yeah, but even like the non-GMO rice stuff, I feel like if it's been a staple part of the human diet for tens of thousands of years. So, and in the East, in what we call the East, it still is. Like the Asian diet is still stapled with mi fan. Mi fan. I'm learning Chinese on Duolingo. I'm gonna be fluent soon. I learned a bunch of stuff. Easy ones. Coffee in Chinese is cafe. Tea is cha. Water is shui. And I'm getting it, dude. I'm getting it. I'm gonna speak Chinese soon. Oh no, dude, that's racist. Don't do that. It's Mandarin, not China. Okay, Mandarin, yeah. I want to be ninja. Have you guys seen that white lady that sings that song? That is a fucking... Have you guys know which one I'm talking about? It's like a white lady singing "I Want to Be Ninja," and she's in front of like a couple Asian people. Oh man, no. I can't. Ninja song was hella goofy. It was a little beyond goofy, bro. Yeah, Bobby Lee. That's how I got put onto it, was that short of Bobby Lee listening to it on his podcast. I want to be ninja. I know, the nerve of it all, dude. It's not even like the 1920s. Like in the 20s, you didn't really have to have nerve. That's just the way it was. But like now, I think that video is from like 2015 or something. The audacity. I'm going to chop right down, take chow down to Chinatown. It's like, what are you even doing, white lady? I want to be ninja. Oh, no, 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 no. No, 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 no. You think Fidel Castro is a hero? No, but I do think Fidel Castro is a hero. Look into Fidel Castro, okay? Now that guy knew. That guy was my type of dictator, okay? Fidel. Fidel Castro. Look him up. I love that Japanese people can't stand weeb tourists. I know. I love that like weeaboos land in Japan thinking that they're going to be greeted by a little anime character and led to a shrine by a fox or something. It's fucking hilarious, bro. These people land and they're just like, "Oh my god, konnichiwa," and everybody's just like, "Oh, what the fuck, bro? What are you doing here?" Yeah, they think like a fox is gonna come up to them and lead them to a remote shrine in the woods, you know, that teaches them a fucking secret ninja technique. And when they get there, it's just people hella trying to work, you know, and they're like, "The fuck is that?" You know. I love that. I love when weebs find out that everybody hates them. 'Cause I think weebs get this thing in their head. They're like, "Man, if I could just go to China, everybody would get me. Or if I could just go to Japan, everybody would understand me there." It's like, you want to be ninja? No, trust me, nobody wants weeaboos. Almost especially Japanese people. They don't want weeaboos. Are you fucking kidding me? They don't want anything to do with a weeb. Okay? Yeah, dude. Big old fat, like, pimply dudes land in Tokyo and they think they're gonna be greeted by, like, a geisha. They think, like, a geisha is gonna greet them and lead them by their hand to a secret grotto where the geisha is going to service their penis. Like, that's what they have in their mind. They think as soon as they get off the plane, there's gonna be a geisha there. Yeah, where's Hatsune Miku? Isn't Hatsune Miku supposed to be here? I heard this is where Hatsune Miku is, dude. They think a geisha is gonna lead them to a grotto. They do. You could tell, looking at these motherfuckers. They think when they land over there that the culture is just going to bow down. "Oh, yes, white man land in Japan. Send our most finest geisha to lead him to the secret grotto of Buddha. There she will deflower him." You know, it's like, yeah, I know it's crazy, Phoebes, but that is what I'm telling you. I know it's wild, but that is what I'm telling you. That is what I'm explaining. Yes. There is not a hot Japanese girl just waiting to sit on your pimply vinegar smelling mushroom. She's not just like hoping that a big fat Naruto nerd will land on her shores and take her vagina. You know, it just isn't, okay? There isn't. That doesn't exist. You're chasing a dream. You're chasing a dream, dude. You're fat, sweaty, pimply, fucking vinegar, apple cider vinegar smelling balls, bro. Though there is not a cute little Japanese schoolgirl over there waiting to fucking wash that up in some kind of fucking secret grotto hot spring or some shit. Whatever you've been led to believe by cartoons. Vinegar and fucking camembert cheese, bro. Show up stinking, sweaty from that fucking trip, wearing a Naruto headband, and you just think that there's just a hot little Japanese schoolgirl just waiting for you, bro. Waiting for your tiny little fucking vinegar mushroom. Smelling like famunda. It's just like, man, dude, the amount of cope in general that people are living with. It's like I have mental problems that are at least partially due to the fact that I have a hard time reconciling the world with my own values, right? But at least I can fucking see what's going on. Like, I don't have to pretend that my values are being met or find a value system that can't possibly be subverted. I can live in conflict with the world while still appreciating it, right? I don't understand the amount of cope people go through. Politically, spiritually, nationally, fucking fandom-wise. It just feels like everybody's throwing up a barrier of fantasy against the world and going like, nah. Hey, Pranav, what up, buddy? I haven't seen you in a few days. Hope you're doing well. Where's my fucking zapper zip? These fucking swarms of flies today. I've killed like 2 or... Oh, God, that was so close. I got fucking too happy. I almost was just given one for free. I want to be ninja. Oh, fuck, bro. I didn't even think of that. I forgot you were in fucking Georgia. 10 minutes from your kids' schools? Bro. I didn't even fucking think of that, bro. Oh my God, dude. Less than 10? Fuck, bro. Oof. Yeah, that sucks, man. That shit's fucking wild. Yeah, that's wild. I just couldn't, I started reading about it last night. I just couldn't read any further. I was like, another one of these. Fucking another one of these. And I didn't even fucking think, Georgia. Didn't even think. That's crazy, dude. Well, I'm glad everybody's safe. You know, glad the kids are okay. Fuck, that's wild. I'm gonna go get myself a cup of coffee. Coffee cup number 2, electric boogaloo. cup of coffee. Sorry if I made it a little powerful.
No, it's okay.
It's not bad, it's just stiff.
You felt like hot coffee too for your throat?
Yeah. It helps move things along. Yeah, just fucking. I'd keep them home for a while, man. I don't know what I'd do in that situation, but until they figure out what the fuck is going on, get their shit together over there, I'd keep them home for a couple weeks.
I know when it happened in my town, they had to go back after a week. The people that were at the actual school, and then everyone else went back the next day.
Yeah.
But I don't think they would fault parents for being.
Yeah, you can't work from home. Nobody here to watch them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand.
Like I said, the school's probably going to be open, and it's probably going to be fucking. They're going to talk about it. They're going to maybe have like some therapy dogs and shit.
They're gonna have to. I mean, the parents are terrified. Kids are terrified. Like, you can't fucking ensure parents that are sending their kids off to this public institution that their children are going to come home without bullet holes. But you have a society now that's based on both parents working at least a job apiece. At least. It's like, I told my boss that if there's a lockdown at my kids' schools, I'm leaving to get them and I won't be coming back. Yeah. I mean, no shit. You gotta put your fucking family first, but I just remember when Sandy Hook happened. I was working for the school district and it was chaos all the way over here on the opposite coast. There was an emergency order to close off the schools with these ugly fucking gates, you know, these big wide entryways to old schools. Put a big fucking cyclone gate in front of it that gets locked every morning when the kids are done. Like, you can't get in unless you fucking signal somebody and show your ID and somebody lets you in. Like, that happened overnight after Sandy Hook, all the way on the West Coast. People were like refusing to send their kids to school and shit. All the way over here. So I can't even imagine there. But yeah, I was used to coming and going off these fucking campuses. I had to get rekeyed. I had to learn the protocol. I had to sign an affidavit and everything that I understood the lockdown protocols, that I was not to leave the gate open behind me. I was not to, if I was on the campus, I was not to allow anybody on campus that couldn't produce district ID. I was to call to get clearance for people I didn't know that did have district ID, shit like that. All that shit overnight. I went from, I could fucking, oh shit, it's fucking midnight and I forgot to do something that I need to get started tomorrow. Let me roll in. Boop, 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 boop. Turn off the fucking alarm system and just walk onto campus. Fix whatever I forgot. Key back out. Put it in the log why I was there. That's all I had to do. And now it's a whole thing. Wasn't allowed to be on campus alone anymore. There had to be 2 people or more. So I wasn't allowed to go in the middle of the night like that ever again. Did Columbine change things a lot? See, I graduated right before Columbine happened. So my sisters were in high school when Columbine happened. I had graduated. Columbine happened in 99, I think. And I graduated in 98. So it was the year after my graduation. And, yeah. It was when I, you know, like I wasn't in school anymore, but my sisters would tell me, and it's when, you know, cops started being on school. You had a school, what they call a resource officer, whose whole job is to patrol the school.
Like, you had the security guy at your school, but he was
Yeah, we had
there to make sure you didn't get into trouble.
Yeah, we had school level security guys. They were there to break up fights, fist fights, to enforce dress code, to make sure that there weren't like shady things going on, drugs or cigarettes or whatever contraband shit. Like they were security guards that were accredited, but they weren't cops. And after Columbine, straight like the local police departments started hiring resource officers, is what they're called. And those resource officers, their whole job is to walk the campus and be present on the campus and show an open sign that the police are here. The cops are here, so trying to shoot up people, probably a bad idea. That was the idea behind it. And that's now the case. When I was working for the school district, resource officers were spread thin. So every school after Columbine was given a resource officer, and then that budget has been trimmed. And so now there's one resource officer for every 3 schools, and it's their job to just kind of be present on campus throughout the day.
It's very district dependent, I think.
Yeah, I'm just speaking to my district.
Yeah.
How they handled it.
We've seen in our town that they have cars just for the school resource officers.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them have a lot.
Well, I imagine that that's way more common in towns that have had these massive shootings and areas that have had them. Fuckers. Oh man, I just want to zap them all to death.
Well, Flies, isn't it too hot for you now?
No, it's just perfect for them now. Later it'll be too hot and they'll go hide in their little hidey holes, but for now they're out here just buzzing everybody, pissing everybody off.
I mean, to be more like calming about it, they rarely happen like back to back. It's very scattershot.
Well, yeah, I mean, like,
happened. It's very, very unlikely.
Security is going to be on fucking maximum level in that area for a while, and it's going to be functionally impossible to pull that shit off.
They're not like team efforts. It's not like a gang that's.
No, it never is. It's typically 1 or 2 people that are, you know, fucked up.
No, the worst
It's typically one.
The worst that happened after the one in my town is someone called in a fake bomb threat.
That'll almost certainly happen. There's always fucking crazies that are gonna say this, that, or the other. Yeah. Fuckers, man. Oh yeah. Now there were there's still cops at the high schools and shit. So, I mean, I don't know. I wonder if people are gonna ever come to the realization that this has to do with how easy it is to get a gun. Not just to purchase one, but to just grab one that your parents keep improperly stored.
Well, there have been a couple of cases recently trying to hold parents accountable.
There need to be. Yeah. If you've got a weapon, and you've got that weapon unsecured, and a teenager in your house grabs that weapon and goes and shoots a bunch of kids with it, you should go to prison, and you should lose your right to own weapons forever. Because you've now shown that you don't know how to be safe with a weapon. There needs to be a zero tolerance policy on safety issues with weapons. A well-regulated militia. Regulations are rules. Go look it up. Regulation is a synonym for rule. There are rules to a well-regulated militia, and if you are an idiot that shoots yourself in the foot or leaves your weapon unsecured and somebody grabs it and does something stupid with it, your ass is out of the militia. You don't get to own no weapons no more because you've shown that you're more of a danger to your neighbor then you are a safety to your family. A well-regulated means well outfitted. Why doesn't it say outfitted? Outfitted was a word when they wrote it. Why did they choose the term regulated when the term outfitted existed for 150, 200 fucking years as a military concept prior to them even doing the revolution? Explain that to me, Mr. Lovell. You got the Eye of Sauron on. I love you gun nuts that think unrestricted weapons is what the Second Amendment means. I love you. Because you love to talk about how you're protected by the fucking Constitution, but you can never, ever, ever answer any questions as to why things are worded the way they are. They aren't unrestricted. Oh, they aren't. They aren't. So it's not, so the gun show loophole has been closed. The family and friend transfer loophole has been closed. Cool. I didn't hear that. Awesome. Well, never mind then. Oh, wait. They haven't been closed? You can still show up in a Walmart parking lot, shake a dude's hand, and sell him an AR without even knowing his last name? You can still do that? Shit. Well, maybe we ought to stop that, huh?
Because regulate has been a word since the 15th century.
Yep.
They did not mean outfit.
No, they didn't. That's just cope. This dude's just making it up to try and hand wave why it says well-regulated militia. It doesn't mean outfitted. Regulations had a word. Yeah, put that's your cope raffle mouse smiley. Got nothing left to say, huh? Time wasting motherfucker. Oops, somebody's literate. Well, I'll just pretend I'm aloof. People are stupid, man. Dumb fucks. We need a new Bill of Rights. We need a new Bill of Rights that not only covers things like gun ownership, it needs to cover civic participation. In order for a country to be run smoothly and effectively to the benefit of the people must be informed. Something like that. The people must be well educated and well informed. The health of the nation depends on an educated populace, and as such, the populace will be well educated and well informed for civic participation.
I don't think there's anything with education in the
There isn't.
Constitution.
There isn't. Well, the 16th Amendment mentions equal access to schooling.
But that doesn't.
That's in the Constitution.
It doesn't say anything about it being good.
Well, I mean, it does. It establishes the equal access to public polling stations, water fountains.
But not good education.
Yeah, they have to have access to it, right? Yeah, there's nothing governing the quality of education.
At the constitutional level.
At the constitutional level,
yeah. It can't be discriminatory, which is debatable. It's debatable if equal access is even a thing anymore.
Well, you remember earlier when I was talking about cope? So this is the gun user cope that you guys just saw, where he tried to redefine a word that's existed since the 15th century and then had nothing to say, so he threw up the I was just trolling raffle mouse smiley. That's cope. That is, I usually hang around people who agree with me, and I usually don't get challenged. And now I'm being challenged. And so rather than change what I think, I'm going to retreat to one of those spaces where everyone agrees with me and cope about it. And that's exactly what you just watched. People have learned that it is easier The easier road is to cope and pretend you don't understand, to sea lion, to artificially extend the conversation until the other person gets fucking frustrated. You've learned that it's easier to do that than it is to change your mind and back yourself. So that's why we have what we have now in terms of our ability to have conversations with one another. And that's just the way it works. Oh, common sense, it ain't so common no more. Probably not too many people went to school when the Constitution was written. One of the ways in which it's outdated. One of the many ways, yeah. I mean, the Constitution might be able to stay the way it is for a while, but the Bill of Rights needs to be absolutely and completely rewritten from top to bottom in modern terms and with modern problems in mind. One of the huge problems with the Second Amendment is that it establishes ownership of a class of weapons that at the time of writing took like the best shooters in the world 50 seconds to reload a single shot, non-rifled barrel ball that was horribly inaccurate at range. Okay? That was what they wrote it for. Now you've got fucking repeating machine guns and 50 cals and scopes that can go out a mile and a half. You know what I mean? They didn't understand that weapons would someday be so fucking dangerous. And so they didn't write that into the Second Amendment. They didn't realize that corporations were going to go out of control, so they didn't write protections against corporate greed into the Bill of Rights. Everybody has the right to exist in the world without undue corporate influence.
I think you were thinking of the California Constitution, because the U.S. Constitution doesn't have education in it at all. It just has the Equal Protection Clause, and that doesn't mention education at all.
Okay, well, I mean, the 16th Amendment is what they use to integrate schools.
The 14th.
14th Amendment. But
there's nothing
it's just the equal protect. It just mentions equal protections, and that's been interpreted to include the public access to schools.
Yeah.
Right.
But a right to education as an amendment would probably be good.
Oh yeah. A right to a like it's like I can't remember who it was. Was it Eisenhower that had the Economic Bill of Rights or whatever? Everybody has the right to a remunerative job. Everybody has a right to ample time for leisure. Everyone has a right to a decent education. Everyone has a right to a home over their head, a roof over their head, and ownership of such. Like, that's what we need. Was that FDR that did that?
Yeah, it was FDR. Eisenhower was the one right after he died and was trying to continue it.
I think it was Eisenhower that did the military-industrial complex speech then. I get them mixed up sometimes. But I think it was Dwight that did the warning to the American people of the encroachment of the military-industrial complex onto their lives and livelihoods. Oh, he was beyond right. Oh my God, dude. Fuckers.
Give me a shot.
Yeah, you go for it. You just gotta hold the button down, remember?
Yeah.
Oh, you go kind. She's got a gentle touch.
They're just close enough that I can't touch them like this.
Yeah.
You're making them too smart, babe.
I know. The dumb ones have all been fried.
Yeah.
And only the smart, fast flyers remain. I had to explain to my mother-in-law, who makes over $100K a year, that she's working poor just like all of us are. We're one medical emergency away from being completely fucked. Yeah. People don't understand. Yeah, just keep the button down, because you might be hitting some of them.
Yeah.
But if that button ain't down, it's just nothing.
Yeah.
You'd think one of them would fucking land on it.
Yeah.
Oh man, he did. He's just not in between it. Just, yeah, go exploring inside the net, you fucking fly piece of shit.
They keep getting on this pole, but it's just close. It's
You gotta get in close and then swipe.
yeah.
That's how you get them. It's the only way I've gotten them. And this works better than this. They have a harder time dodging something coming from up underneath them. So I try and catch them behind them after they fly by. That's where you get the mid-air sizzles from.
There we go.
See? Got him from behind.
Don't break it again.
Yeah. You're right. Yeah, go touch it. Oh, really? How did that fucking miss him? Yeah, just land on it, you bastard. I've gone insane with these flies now. My mind is 100% focused on fly death right now. You guys are all trying to have like this deep philosophical, political conversation about how we need a new Bill of Rights, and all I can think of is sizzling flies out of midair with my fucking Black & Decker fly swatter. That might be the most American thing that's ever happened. Right there. Oh, zip, zap, 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 zap. Oh, fuck. You can hear the bees in that tree today.
Yeah.
Buzzing. I think that's my least favorite thing about smoking. When you get that, like, puff of smoke right in the eyeball.
Oh yeah.
Hits you right in your eyeball. Like that wisp of smoke when you take a drag, comes up and goes, and you're like, ah. That's the worst part of smoking. damn, he fell out. Sometimes they stay on there and you can sizzle them a little longer. Give them the torture, the rack torture. Knock, 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 little fly.
Naughty little fly, why does it cry? Caught in a web, soon he'll be eaten.
Birdies, you want to help?
I swear to God, Blue Jay, I will not even try and hurt you. I won't touch you. You can come right down here. There's a billion meals for you right here, bro. I'm just letting you know, you and I got no beef. I like you. If you came down here to join us, I wouldn't even mention it. I wouldn't. You just snip some flies, bro. They're yours. We could have a symbiotic relationship, is what I'm telling you. You're not interested. He doesn't care.
There's easier shit for him to do.
Probably right. You'd think it would be pretty fucking simple, though. Come sit on my shoulder and snip everything that comes near me. I'm like a buff. They do that on the savannah.
Yeah.
Like birds will ride around on a rhino.
Yeah.
All day, just snipping. I'm just giving him the option. Land right here and snip all day. You can even poop down my hair. I'm down with that. I'm down with that Radagast hair poop, okay? I think it would look dope.
It's more like the little itty bitty ones that like snipping shit in the air.
That's true.
He's more of a pecker.
Yeah, they like grabbing things off the grass and stuff. Although they will chase down a big dragonfly or a moth or something. But yeah, they prefer landing on the ground in some vegetation and just snipping up whatever's down there. I get it. I get it. Maybe we need a butterbutt. I wonder if they're fast flyers, so they're probably pretty good snippers. Let's get like a trained flock of butterbutts that just swarms around us all day and keeps the flies and mosquitoes at bay.
Yeah, because that like sticky fly trap, that's only good for like inside.
I mean, it's okay for outside, but you're going to catch bees on it. You're going to catch shit you don't want to kill on it.
Yeah.
Like these like catch-all things. That's why I said like get a salt gun, get the fucking thing, zip zap, or get like a citronella candle. But you got to be careful with those around your animals because it's poisonous to animals. But yeah, if we were burning a big fat triple wick citronella out here, there'd be way less flies around us.
Dino just couldn't sit out with us.
Right. Any roadrunners in Fresno? I don't think so. You don't see them. There are non-indigenous peacocks around everywhere, though. People brought peacocks here, and they've flourished. So there's peafowl. Hummingbirds are pretty fucking awesome, man. They're pretty great. I don't have a problem with the peacocks. They're cool. I mean, they're actually kind of assholes, but that's cool. They are a little bit of a pain in the ass, but they're beautiful, so you put up with them. Peacocks are loud. They go, ah, 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 like all day and all night sometimes too. Man, the bees are thick. That's a good sign. You can hear, like, I don't know if you guys can hear it, but there's like a low-key hum in the air from them just in that tree. if you guys can hear it. But that's a soothing sound to me. Busy little creatures at work. Oh yeah, dude, Monkey Souls is beautiful. It really is. Dude, that game is like a big cultural wet kiss from China. It's like the Chinese government invested heavily in game science, which is the Chinese company that made that game, and it shows. They wanted it to be a big cultural outreach from China saying, hey, look at our history, look at our mythology, right? And it worked. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful game. I enjoy Monkey Souls quite a bit. That third area, though, they could take that out. Internet Archive lost appeal. Do you think the org will close? Probably, yeah. Thoughts on Chinese government economics? None, really. I don't pretend to understand the Chinese government. One of the things that, like, I know about China, being a person who's, like, steeped in what we call, like, Western tradition, is that Chinese people have a different way of looking at power and their interaction with the government than American people do. They have a stronger nationalistic streak in them, I think, than American people do. There are certainly like heavy things that you could criticize I'm not trying to make apologetics for the Chinese government, but trying to understand the way that people interact with their government in China is a more complex conversation than I can have. So, gross? What's gross, bud? I don't like your drive-by commentary. There should never be a situation, unless it's answering a question that I've asked you, yes or no, that you should put one word in my chat. So I don't like your drive-by bullshit. So what's gross? Get your idea out, or shut up. This ain't a random thought dump like most fucking Twitch chats and shit. Chinese being incredibly nationalistic. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, you realize that America is incredibly nationalistic, just in a different way, right? But I'm not a big fan of the drive-by shit. You need to flesh out an idea if you're going to leave it in here, because it's for me to read, not for other people to react to. Okay, I understand that's a little different than you're used to treating a chat, but you're going to treat my chat that way. You have plenty of flesh. That's the one that you are going to burn an alt on today? Nice try. People are fucking wild, bro. It's literally like a bunch of grown-ass kindergartners sometimes. Just dum-dums. Grown-ass adults that are used to just driving by and going in the middle of a conversation and nobody does anything about it. It's like, no, I've got tools to do things about it, and I just do that. And I'll continue to do it, because I like to preserve the conversation over having dumb fucks with dumb, empty heads driving by with their stupid shit. Think before you speak up in here. I'm the only one that gets to roll with whatever comes through my noggin. How's that? If anybody gets to spam, it's me. I can spam. You know why? This is crazy right here. You know why I get to do whatever I want and you get to live by the rules? This is my backyard. That's why. I'm inviting you into my backyard. I wouldn't suffer a fool back here for a fucking microsecond. If you think I'm going to suffer one in here for a fucking microsecond, you're wrong. The reverse zoo. Do you think climate change and associated displacement of people, is that an existential threat to labor unions? Yes. Everything is an existential threat at this point. Not just to unions, to humans. Yes. Mass migration is going to fundamentally uproot our way of life. It's going to become non-functional. And we're going to have to figure out a way to do it differently. It'll change everything. Anything it touches, it will change. And it'll touch everything. Maybe tear down all borders, huh? That might be a start. Maybe stop pretending that we're all distinct animals on this planet because we were born on this fucking quadrant or that quadrant, and start acting like sentient beings that realize that their planet is about to shake them off like a bad case of scabies. That could be something we could do. That seems like something we could probably do. That seems like a plan to me. Our distinctions, which are defined by where we are from, are important. So important that you would watch the planet burn, taking all those distinctions with it. How important is it to you that you remain distinct because of where your mother squalled and squatted and brought you screaming into the earth? Did I say that? What did you say, bud? Let me read your comment again. Our distinctions, which are defined by where we are from, are important. I'm asking you, how? I'm asking you if the level of importance that you hold that to is more important than the world that we live on burning. No. Okay, good. Good answer. I don't know why you needed to make the distinction. If we are talking about the world burning and preserving your cultural hegemony in your little area of your little part of the world, I think I know which one of those goes by the wayside first. Yes? It's not either or. It kind of is at this point. We either respect the traditional borders as they exist right now on the planet and respect the rights of the people who live within those borders to continue polluting the planet, or we come together and immediately start addressing global climate change now in an effort to survive it as a species. It's an either or. And if you don't think it's an either or, you're not listening to climatologists, you're not listening to climate scientists, you're not listening to meteorologists, you're not listening to everybody who's gone to school to study this. We're talking about an uninhabitable equatorial belt in the next 20 to 50 years. 1/3 of human population exists in the equatorial belt, and it's about to be uninhabitable to human beings. No, you can't address climate change without breaking down borders. Let me explain to you why. Let's say the United States becomes green overnight. What does that create? Creates a vacuum for plastic products. Who's going to fill that vacuum? China, India, Russia, every other place that didn't sign the fucking bill. So if you don't handle This idea that because you were born over here, you get to pollute the fucking ocean with plastic forever because your culture demands it. If you don't break down that barrier, you don't save the planet. So yeah. Yeah. Anything else? Climate change is not a regional problem, it's a global problem, and there needs to be a unified global response. Or else you're just fucking pissing into the wind. Paul, are you saying we should? I don't know who we is in your question. You're going to have to define who we is. You're talking about we impose our will out. I'm talking about me. I'm talking about my prescriptions for a future that doesn't include a massive reduction in human population due to the world just becoming uninhabitable, largely. That's what I'm talking about. I don't know who we is in this statement. Who would be imposing this, that, or the other thing. I say we frame the 28th Amendment around climate change and immediate action. Even if we did that, it would do nothing. America acting alone, when it's contributing something like 15 to 20% of the climate change gases and shit, that makes no sense. It's pointless. Another alt burned. Another lesson learned. Even put a little rubber ducky thing on, so spent extra time on the alt, and it's gone. 3, 2, 1, contact, launched into fucking obscurity. Talking about the same stuff, day number 6 billion. Am I right, guys? Lel. Get him out too. What a waste of my time that fucking commentary was. Way to say nothing with a paragraph. Get him out. Oh yeah, dude. People will sell their mother's butthole for nationalism, bro. It's crazy. They feel like their fucking ancestors stood at Plymouth Rock or something and pissed on it. And that thus makes it theirs. And they've got this whole fucking idea about their national identity that's rooted in just mass exploitation. And they'll defend it tooth and nail. Even as it ruins the world that they live on. You know what these same people are going to say when the grocery stores don't have groceries anymore? When the water is stagnant, when the fucking heat is unbearable, you know what they're gonna say? Why didn't they do anything? Why didn't they stop this? Even as they argued against every measure. It'll be darkly hilarious. If it wasn't babies and the elderly that died first, it would be real funny. But unfortunately, that's the way it works. The very young and the very old are the first victims. There's going to be a lot of lols and rafflemow emojis when the grocery store stops being fully stocked. There's going to be a lot of lols and rafflemow emojis when you literally can't go outside because the air quality is so fucked up. There's going to be a lot of lols and rafflemows and crying rafflecopter emojis. There's going to be a lot of bullshitters, a lot of people fucking pretending that they were on the side of fucking immediate action all along. A lot of bullshitters. A lot of people that spent their days talking to people like me, talking down to people like me. What are you gonna do? Put fucking the world's health above nationalism? And then they're gonna be screaming for it in about 30 years, pretending they always wanted it. Why didn't they do anything? Why didn't they listen? Etc. They, them. Never me. Why didn't I? I'm an engineer. What's your value? Wait, hold on. Let's talk about your inherent value before we get to mine. What value does your life bring? Go. What have you added to the human race? Go, Dexter. What's got your name on it? What did you leave behind? Strip mall? Did you engineer a strip mall? What'd you do? Electrical. Oh, electrical. You keep the grid functioning. So I can blame you for California burning down then? You worthless piece of shit? So you're the guy that didn't upgrade all the fucking poles here in California and let it burn. Cool. So you kept the engine churning and kept the pollution belching into the fucking atmosphere. You'll truly, by future generations, be looked at as a true hero. Thank God for electrical engineers, they'll be saying, as they fucking scrabble around looking for canned food that doesn't have rust on it. Oh yeah, dude, really? Yeah, really. Your view of yourself as being this great contributor to society when the world is burning as a result of you keeping this fucking infrastructure churning along is really what we're talking about here, yes. Your vision of yourself as this person that has pushed humanity forward with your great talent when all you've done is drag it further into climate disaster, yeah, that's what we're talking about here, bud. You sit there and smoke and waste electricity, and you chase after fucking calls all day, keeping the engine running that's polluting the fucking world, and you're in here bragging about it. Like you want a pat on the back from me? Come over here, I'll pat you on the back. Is that what you want? I'll clap you on the back. Otherwise, keep your fucking mouth shut. Oh, you increase its efficiency. Oh, good. Good for you, bud. That's awesome. So you increase the efficiency at which the machinery belching fucking toxins into the environment continues to run. Awesome, bro. Like I said, your type of person will be absolutely worshipped in the future. People will look back and go like, everybody had it wrong. They burned this earth to a cinder, but those electrical engineers that kept that machinery running, slide the goalpost more? I didn't establish the goalpost, fuckface. I didn't come into your backyard asking you to justify what you do and claiming you're a good guy and claiming I'm a good guy. You did that. Sea lion. Exactly. That's what this is, bro. So you're sea lioning. Bro, nobody asked you for your input. And guess what, bro? I hate to be the guy to fucking tell you this. Nobody gives a fuck what you do for a living. Can you grow food? I was raised on a farm. Now what? Uh-oh, read this guy wrong. I bet watch this goalpost move. Yeah, buddy. Chickens, had a horse, goats, guinea pigs and rabbits, collected eggs, butchered chickens, raised pigs. Yup. No, you're a failed theater dork. I was raised in Madera, California on Donald Avenue. You can look it up. In the middle of fucking nowhere. Where you at, bud? You got the fucking, nobody's gonna ban you, bro. I know that's what you're angling for. You're on the hot seat. I'm gonna keep roasting. What you got, homie? What do you know about me? Tell me more about me. Tell me more. Tell me more. Tell me more. Was I raised on a farm? Tell me more. Tell me more. Do I care about your electrical engineering degree? Your dad is disappointed in you. You don't know me. You don't know me. You know my father? What else you got, bud? How long have you had a hate boner for me? How long has this hate boner lasted, and how many alts is this deep? Come on, quid pro quo. How many alts deep are you? I want an answer. Quid pro quo. If we're going to keep having this conversation, we're going to conversate, you and I. How many alts deep? Give me a number. Quid pro quo. Then it's your turn to make a statement or ask a question. And we'll go back and forth until you realize what a fucking mistake you've made. No, nope, that's not an answer. Bad boy. Quid pro quo. How many alts deep are we? Do you even know anymore? Oh, so you're gonna run like a little bitch? Singular account. Bullshit. Okay, your turn. No, you have a job? Oh, good for you. Wow, that makes you a fucking standout in this room. He has a job, guys. You're in your rental property. Oh, what do you do? Own? Where you own at, bro? This guy owns shit, dude. Come on. Where you own at, bro? This man's employed and he owns stuff. Where you own at, bro? How much acreage you on? Man, this is a long shit you're taking. For a busy working man that owns stuff, you sure do have a lot of time to sit in here on alts. You own something, bro? Tell me where you own. Tell me what you own. Where you at, Dexter? Typing real slow now. Am I gonna have to put you on the clock? You got 30 seconds. Starting now. Did you finally finish pooping? You got 15 seconds. You got 5 seconds. Nuke him. That's a win. Oh boy. Yeah, go engineer another alt. How you doing, baby?
Okay.
feel a little better today,
Yeah.
like mentally better, and my allergies aren't as bad today. So that's nice. That's a win.
I think that it helped to get up early before the heat slammed.
Yeah, I mean, I've been sleeping a lot, so clearly my body needed some rest.
Is there anything I can get you, baby?
No. Nothing's wrong with engineers. I just read that moron like a book. I poked the bear, and he revealed himself to be one of these fucking morons that follows me everywhere I go. Your dad's disappointed in you. All that shit. All it took was one poke at him to get that garbage to come out. I don't give a fuck if you're an engineer. I really don't care what your job is. Whatever you do to put money on your table, put food on your fucking table, that's your business, not mine. Yeah, I baited him. I gave him a little pushback, and he revealed himself to be one of these fucking weirdos that's been banned 90, 100 times out of here, makes alts for a living. All it took was that for me to reveal that this guy is not an engineer. He's got way too much free time. He's been following me around probably for 8 years. And he's probably got 10 or 15 more alts to burn today. It's called baiting. You should learn how to do it. No, it really is weird. It's one thing to troll. Like, I understand the impetus of that. But when you've been following one dude for 8 fucking years, hating everything he says, and you've made like 20 plus accounts, you need to really question, like, what am I doing with my free time, bro? It takes at least a minute, 2 minutes to make a YouTube alt. So think about that. You got 200 of those. How much of your free time have I personally burned? What could you have built in the 8 years you've spent? You ever think about that shit? You should. Yeah, trolling is how fast can I burn my free time? How fast can I get an alt banned? That's what trolling is. That's sad. Trolling used to be something that required some skill. You had to get under people's skin. Now it's just like, how fast can I get this dude to ban me? Trolled. Let me put another 2 minutes of my life on the line. Dildo Warrior 9. This guy looks like a faggot, Lamal. Oh, banned again. Trolled again. Oh, trolled him good. Hold up. 2 more minutes of my life. Obama was an N-word 7. This guy looks like he stinks. Oh, banned again. Oh, trolled. Oh, trolled. 8 years later. Stinky butthole 9. This guy's dad hates him. Oh, banned again. Fucking 8 years of that, bro. Think about it. Let it sink deep. Oh yeah, dude, if it was real life, they'd be called stalkers. If the internet was treated like real life, And these people were following me around everywhere I went, going like, your dad hate you. I'd have a fucking police report to file. But because these motherfuckers exist in this weird space where nothing's real and everything's permitted, and they can just be Bob the Slob 90,000, right? You would easily call these people stalkers, easily. Obsessed. Paragraphs and paragraphs and paragraphs of shit about me. Hundreds of alts. Years and years of concerted trying to get a reaction out of me. Like, what is a stalker? Yeah. Literally stalking behavior. And they think it's okay because I do work as a public figure. If they crossed over any of the shit they do into the real world, there'd be a stalking case. It's fucking nuts. Make it make sense. Coming out or you staying in? You gotta make up your mind. What little bit of mind is in there, you gotta make it up.
We asked if we need to do something. Is there something you want to do?
I don't know. I don't know. I kind of want to plan something up for the weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like either go swimming, like head over to Mom's and do a barbecue or something. Head over to the sisters, see the kids a little bit, maybe. I don't know what, but I'd like to get out of the house at least.
Okay.
And maybe get some swimming in if weather permits. We'd probably have to do it in more evening time if we're going to enjoy it at all, because
It's going to be hot.
yeah.
Well, you can call them up when you're done with this and see what's up.
Yeah, you figure it out. I've been like kind of avoiding my mom because I don't want to have to retell the fucking landlord shit. I've been so trying to keep that shit to the fucking side in my mind because it just bothers me. I literally don't understand it. And I know how my mom is. That'll be a whole fucking retelling. Sure, they should also make the defendant guilty before he's innocent. Huh? What are you even talking about? There's no saga. It's not a fucking saga. It's me trying to find a place to live that isn't burning up. It's not a saga to me.
lies are just... You want the satisfaction, but they're not being satisfying.
Yeah. I've only gotten 2 Sizzlers today.
Like I said, you made them too smart.
I know. We've naturally selected only the smart ones now.
Telling their little maggots, like, if you see a big orange and black circle,
You see a big Sasquatch with a big orange thing in its hand. Be vigilant. Fly quickly and unpredictably. The fact? Is that what you decided to add to the conversation as you stopped by? Da fact? Da fact. Well, da fact. Get him out.
there's 2 on this side of the chair. No, they're just too smart, man.
They've learned. Double kill. Got 1. We're back on the board, boys. Looks like meat's back on the menu, boys.
Have you talked to these people about our show at all, or you feel like you can't recommend it very well?
No, I did. Yeah, we talked about it. The Terror. We talked about the Franklin expedition last night a little bit. It's a good show, but man, bleak. It doesn't even begin. Like, it is definitely not a show to watch if you're susceptible to that kind of bleakness and not prepared to deal with it, because it is straight up pitch bleak. 100% bleak as fuck. Constant bleakness. But I like that, Holmes. I like that. I like bleakness in my media. Not always, but this one hits right. It's the right kind of bleak. But yeah, it's just like, there's going to be an era, if human beings continue on our trajectory, there's going to be an era of people, like space people, that are like these guys, that go to what might be certain death to try and establish a colony or a presence or to visit something for the first time. It's just there's some sort of exploration instinct in human beings that can't be repressed by our self-preservation instincts and shit. It's just hard to ignore, and it's hard not to see it everywhere you look if you study history. Like, I wouldn't have been able to tell you 2 things I didn't know about the Franklin expedition until we started. I knew that this type of thing happened. I knew that, the Northwest Passage was searched for, and a lot of people died looking for it. I didn't know, the story, the individual kind of cost of that never really hit home.
It's just cool that they took something that has this big question mark and filled it in.
Yeah. It's just a perfect, set piece for that, because these men went through, horrible shit, right? You can paint onto that canvas all these characters based on men that really existed, but
a
who
lot of them have
knows?
the same names and stuff.
But who knows, their personal struggles or anything like they're portrayed. I mean, I'm sure we have letters written by these people, so you can extrapolate a lot. So I would imagine that historically speaking, the portrayals of these people, a lot of their temperaments and stuff, that might be...
Yeah, based on stuff they knew about them before they went on the expedition because nothing came out.
Because like Crozier and Franklin, these guys were big names, big admiralty guys. They would have had logbooks from other expeditions and letters, professional and private, that weren't on that ship, you know. So it's not like everything we know about these guys were lost. And I get from this show that whoever it was that wrote it, or that wrote the book, The Terror, that the show was, I have a feeling that that person did a whole fuck ton of research.
Yeah,
Read all
they
these,
made sure that all the names and all the roles,
found
of
all the
those
names and filled in the blanks as they could. Maybe they even found that like this Mr. Hickey guy turned up on shore years later and that he wasn't who he said he was, or he was murdered, and why was he on this boat, and that might be the impetus for one of that plot line, you know what I mean? But a lot of these dudes, it's like, you have to understand, like, people would send, the only way to talk over distance was to send a letter.
And there's no capacity for that in the deep Arctic.
Right. But all of these dudes had lives before they jumped on that boat.
Yeah.
And it was very common for families to save these letters because it was the only thing you had of that person when they weren't around.
Because they probably sent something before they got deep into the Arctic, but after they crossed the ocean at the very least.
I mean, there might have, but it's like, how do you send something? You've got to go to some fort that's already been established.
I mean, like, they stopped places, like, on the way up to the Arctic.
Yeah, well, yeah, maybe they left mail behind for the next ship that's on the other way, but that doesn't mean you ever receive those letters, you know what I mean? But communications from the Arctic notwithstanding, these dudes lived normal lives when they weren't in the Arctic. They wrote letters to their mothers, sweethearts. Those were often saved and then donated to the museums and shit. So we have a lot of info about these guys and how they were, which I think found its way into this story. I also think that whoever wrote this book spent time studying the Inuktitut. Like, maybe not every little thing about them, but I think they learned some dialogue, like learned some language, or found somebody to help them translate things, and wove cultural tradition into it.
Yeah, because that's where most of our information about the expedition comes from, is interviewing the native people around.
That had interactions with it, right?
Yeah, or that saw them.
But you have to understand that this long ago, anything that you would find from those people, even 100 years after it, or 50 years after it, right, would be subject to like folklore at this point. But yeah, I mean, those are the only people that could credibly claim to have seen and interacted with these expeditions after they left a certain point.
I remember they had heard a lot of stories. They took hundreds and hundreds of pages of testimony not that long after, like 10 years after.
Yeah.
And then it wasn't until decades later that those accounts had physical evidence corroborating it.
Yeah.
When they found some bodies and stuff.
Man, I hope I don't whack you accidentally with this thing. I need to chill.
Yeah.
that wasn't close, but it definitely was a hard swing in your direction. But when it comes to what happened after the expedition was iced in, there's nothing of that.
Yeah.
No logbooks.
There's only note in a cairn that just said who had died at a certain point.
Right.
And
That's
when
all they
abandoned
found of
ship.
it. Everything else went down with those ships and is unrecoverable because it was on parchment paper and
Well,
shit.
they do dives down there, but yeah.
Right, they're not going to
survived.
find any writings.
Yeah.
They're not going to find any caches of letters that people had written waiting to be sent as soon as they reach Fort whatever.
Yeah.
Right? Like, all that shit was on those ships or went with those men, but the ice claimed it.
Yeah.
It's a paper.
They might have even eaten it.
Yeah, paper and shit. That'll fill your stomach. But we know the men starved. We know the men ate on each other to some capacity. There was cannibalism. There was mass starvation. We can extrapolate that scurvy was probably a problem because they had been on the ice for 4 years at that point with dwindling stores of lemon juice to keep scurvy at bay.
And lemon juice doesn't last forever
Right.
either.
The anti-scurvy properties of lemon juice are based on the citric acid, which is not stable when stored in a waxed oak barrel. You need refrigeration, and you need, you know, modern technology to keep that sort of thing active. And even then, it's better to have other sort, like now we could just load up these ships with 1 million vitamin C pills, and scurvy, you know, wouldn't be a problem. But now we could also send a helicopter to rescue these dudes. They could radio for help, satellite phone for help.
And we've learned now that the way people live, the native people live there, is better.
Right. Like what we should have done, because like one of the interesting things about this is that Crozier and Captain, the captain guy, what was his name? Captain
Fitzjames?
No. Well,
Mr. Hanky? No.
Franklin.
Yeah.
Captain Franklin.
Yeah.
These guys had been on these types of expeditions before, and it comes up in the show. Franklin had to walk out one time, and actually did.
Yeah.
But at the loss of a lot of men and shit. And so it's like both of them had been in this scenario before and interacted with Inuktitut people in Nunavut. Why they didn't learn from these people, how do you travel across? And they would have showed them. Sled dogs. We use this type of seal fur because it doesn't allow the snow to melt on our bodies. It wicks away the water, and that keeps your body warm inside of it. And we only travel during this time of the year because
we eat raw, fresh meat.
Right, and we don't get sick like you do because we eat raw, fresh meat that has a lot of vitamin C in it. Right? If the explorations had stopped trying to be so British, which is just like we own, like if you listen to Rule Britannia, which is, is that the British national anthem? Rule Britannia? Rule Britannia, Britannia rules the waves, Britannia, blah, blah, blah. Right? I think that is. But either way, Rule Britannia was a song back then. It was hubris, yeah. It was, we owned the ocean, so we're just going to use that manpower that has conquered the world at this point, basically, and we're going to launch it at Mother Nature.
Yeah, we're just going to keep trying to shove our boats in.
We're going to cram our boats through this, and we're going to own the Northwest Passage, and we're going to make $1 billion having the trade opened up without having to go down around the Horn.
Overland and traveled like the native people do.
Yeah. They should have learned how to do it. And established an overland route and known when the shipping channels are open, and because that's how we do it now.
Yeah.
Shipping goes through there now.
Yeah.
But only at certain times of the year with special icebreaker ships. Yeah. There are government-run icebreaker ships that'll go through and clear shipping channels so that shipping boats can come in and navigate the icy waters. Right? That's what they needed to do. They needed to establish the overland route first, put bases there.
Yeah.
And then work on their icebreakers and get a channel cut.
They just wanted to shove the boat.
Yeah, they just kept cramming their best boats, their hardiest Arctic boats at it, and expedition after expedition after expedition almost perished. Yeah.
Well, what they've learned is, like, the people searching for the Lost Franklin expedition ended up learning more about it than the Franklin expedition ever would have learned.
Yeah.
Because they mapped all this shit just trying to find them.
There were not huge amounts of people living in Nunavut, but there were native tribes of indigenous people who were eating, traveling that land, knew how to shelter, knew what to do when the sea was iced over and what to do when it wasn't. And all they had to do was set aside their hubris in looking at these people as savages, which that's what killed them.
Yeah.
They did not look at the Inuktitut as, wow, these are people that know how to fucking traverse this. Let's learn from them. They looked at them as like heathen savages that needed to be tamed by the British Empire.
Yeah, like maybe we'll ask them for help sometimes, but...
Like this show we're watching, The Terror, portrays certain people who were interested in learning Inuktitut and learning from them. Yeah. But those people were drowned out by the voices of suspicion and... what would you call that? Superstition.
Yeah.
I mean, unfortunately, a lot of them didn't live long enough to say Lamau white people when they first encountered them, because they were just slaughtered. That's why, that's why a lot of these people would stay away from areas they knew that white men were in instead of coming and helping.
Yeah.
Because they'd learned that, like, hey, white men will just fucking kill you for your shit and take it. They don't have any fucking honor. They just come and they take. They don't care about the area. They don't care about the animals. They don't care about you. And so these groups learned, like, hey, there's a boat. We were looking around and there's a bunch of fucking these white dudes on a boat that's not moving. Don't go near that.
Yeah, because a lot of the testimony is, like, you know, from a distance.
Mhm.
Like, we saw them, but we didn't.
They're not going to come up there and get shot.
Yeah.
They've got stories too
Yeah.
of the last expedition that came through and what happened to the family that went and tried to help them when they were dying.
And, you know, it's not like they're in, like, perfect harmony with this harsh environment. They'd have to conserve their resources too. They
Right.
can't afford to just give everything
No,
away.
but truth be told,
Yeah.
they could have taken
Yeah.
those men and showed them how to live, but it would have required those men to shut the fuck up, set aside their preconceived notions, and learn from a people that they all probably culturally believed were savages and scum. So it just, they killed themselves with hubris. Keep throwing the same technology at it, even though it's been proven it doesn't work, because that's how we've won all these wars.
Taking forever to abandon shit.
Yeah. Stick with it, because there have been a couple of anecdotal reports that the ice opens up after a season. So keep your men locked into the ice. Don't take your fresh supplies and get out while the getting's good. Don't send any fucking, like, overland search parties to see if a channel was cleared when you haven't heard from them in a year, because their boats are probably just making slow progress. It was just a lot of assumption and a lot of hubris. I mean, I don't know how true it is, but you can see that some of the people in command, even Crozier, who ends up being like the best leader, wasn't the best leader until he tackled his alcoholism, and maybe they got that from his letters too. You know, before he tackled his alcoholic nature and decided to stop drinking all the time, he was horrible. He didn't care about the mission. He was completely dismal about it from the beginning. You know, he was
But
command of a
Doesn't that
ship.
make him the best leader, though? Like, his pessimism hadn't been listened to, they wouldn't have gotten stuck.
No, and see, this is how I understand Crozier. Maybe it's different for you, but here's how I'm getting him. He was right, and it's very easy with hindsight to go like, aha. But the way he went about it was wrong. Showing the men that he's drunk all the time, letting those rumors spread around his ship that Crozier has to tie one on every night to get through it. Nobody respected him because of it. And his pessimism infected the ship. I think Crozier and his pessimism directly led to Hickey.
Yeah.
Because they don't trust him. Why don't they trust him? Because he's a known alcoholic and he's lied about it. We caught him stealing fucking booze out of the ship to feed his personal habit. How do you trust a guy that lets the drink run him? So it was his failings as a commander that led directly to the problem. If he had handled himself better, he could have acted earlier. He could have impressed himself upon Franklin in the right way, rather than being confrontational. But I don't know.
But yeah, the idea of manifest destiny also imparted a lot of hubris. They thought it was God's land
Oh, yeah.
that was theirs.
The whole idea of the British Empire at that time was that they owned the world. Because they owned the oceans, they owned the world. And it was true. They controlled the shipping lanes. They controlled trade. They had outposts all over the world guarding their fucking investment in these places. They had the keys to the kingdom. And that led them to believe that they could conquer any corner of this world with the same tactics that they used to conquer the fucking habitable parts of it. Let's send a bunch of soldiers into the Arctic with a bunch of tinned meat that we low bid. It'll be fine. Fuck them. Eventually one of them will get through. Yeah, he was Irish, Crozier. Yeah. Although that didn't mean the same thing it meant now. Ireland was a proper and uncontested part of the British Admiralty and all of that. So,
This was like in the 1840s.
yeah. 1846, 1845, I think, is when the thing left. And it was the 1850s by the time they started trying to make their way out. Yeah, the Eastern Rebellion hadn't happened yet, and this was pretty much at the height of British Empire. They literally did rule the world at this point.
Yeah,
There were
they
very few.
lost America, but that was it.
There were very few nations that could contest them, even given that they had lost their colonization attempt in America, or that had blown up. They maintained their colonies in Canada.
And they built a relationship with the United States. It's not
Yeah,
like
yeah. They didn't remain. I mean, the United States was all too happy after the war had settled to make trade relations with the British Empire, and they mutually benefited. It didn't destroy them. It was the peak of their reach in the world. And the reason they lost the colonies was the same reason why these men died on the ice. It was hubris. They thought that they could rule you like a bunch of mongrels because you were afar. They didn't have to deal. What could you do? Rise up from 1,000 miles away? And that got them fucked. Also got them fucked in Ireland and Scotland. We rule from down here, but we don't listen to your concerns. We don't think about your culture. Woo! I want to zap them. I want to zip, zap, zip, zap out of the mind. Come on. Come on, little flies. Oh. Time to do a little shade rotation.
Yeah. Probably ain't gonna be out here much longer though. With the
No.
heat coming up.
Oh, that's better though. We got a little bit of shade now. But yeah, the heat is going to be fucking raunchy today. And I'm going to... Oh my God, you motherfuckers, dude. Oh yeah, there we go. Got one. Yeah, keep doing it down there. Oh, got two. Yeah, keep buzzing around my feet. Oh, got three. I'm on a kill streak. Yeah, you're dead. I zapped one of his wings off. He's fucking gone. Oh, that might have been a double kill. 4. 5. Holy shit. Ultra kill. Rampage.
All I had to do was adjust that umbrella and it put them all in the
It
tizzy.
fucked them all up. They didn't know where the sun went for a minute, and I capitalized. Holy shit. Ultra kill. Ooh, that's a good question. Can you light a J with the racket? Let's see. I think the answer is yes. I think the answer is yes. Ah, got one. Yeah, get. Oh, fuck you, bitch. Get got. Ludacris is corny, but he's fun corny. Yeah. That's one thing I kind of regret, man. I've never gotten to see any real big hip hop shows. I've seen quite a few like rock acts live. I keep thinking this like little part of my fucking hair is a fly. I keep going like, you fucks. All right, keep coming around. Keep coming around. You know how it works. It's only a minute before I get on fire again. Oh yeah, come down there. Fucking whole group is back, huh? Guys didn't learn? Guys ready to learn now? Anyway, I'm out of here. It's too fucking hot. There's too